Hi there, this is Judge Desire for Knowledge, and I'm on today, taped, not live, on my On Legal Matters show. So on Legal Matters, it comes on monthly, once a month at the end of the month. I know this is June 1st, but I've got work to do, so I did not have time to record this previously. So it will be posted up there today on Legal Matters. And today's subject is filing unemployment benefits and how to do so that you get the best of your benefit. So I just want you to know that I also have my every week Saturday, except for this one, my Know Your Truth Real Talk. And that is Know Your Truth Real Talk is more of an empowerment, self-empowerment, self-improvement channel where we discuss stuff. And the legal channel here, Legal Matters, and I'm not an attorney or a judge. I work in the system of it, and I have a lot of knowledge to help you guys with. And so I just want to have that disclaimer out there. And if you have any questions or comments, you can leave it here. I'll come back and check it later. But like I said, this is to file an unemployment benefit. And to get the best of your benefits, these are the steps you need to do. So first of all, the first thing you have to know is that when you're filing for these benefits, you have to make sure that you were not fired unless, first of all, you shouldn't be fired at all if you're going to file for unemployment benefits. You need to actually have had a reason why you were either laid off. You could have been laid off, but you could be fired as long as there's there wasn't any wrongdoings. And when I say that, I mean in order to receive the benefits, there has to be a justified situation that you were fired. There's a lot out there I can mention. I have clients that I help out and people in the court that I speak with, and they tell me their stories and experiences, and I share it with you. And my specialty is in courts doing helping attorneys and the judges do their cases. So I don't need to tell you my actual title there, but it's pretty good. But either way, and it's fun and it's a great experience to learn and then come back out here on YouTube and help others. If I didn't mention, the Know Your Truth Real Talk is on YouTube as well, every Saturday live at 3 o'clock. All right, so I made some notes in case I forget, because this is not my specialty of law. This is actually just a beneficial evidence of me giving you information on how to file. Just like I do with court filings, there's all kinds of documents, filing cases, and each one has their own description and how to do it, and you got to follow the rules, their rules, okay? So if we follow the rules, we are able to do this and get it moving forward so that you can get the benefits you deserve to get that belongs to you, because it comes out your check, your earnings, I should state. If the employer participates, then you should be able to receive benefits. All right, let's get started. So on this particular notion that I said, if you're fired, it has to be with, there can't be any wrongdoings that has occurred, meaning criminal activities during the time that you were employed there. If you were out sick or don't show up for work, you had to have had some type of proof. You can't just not show up for work and expect someone to keep you employed. Those are the kind of things that can get you not to get your benefits. So you're going to want to make sure, unless there was a good reason, then in order to file, you would have to have good reason, because then your employers can come up later and actually deny the claim from the Department of Labor, whom you would be filing first. This claim with, this application process is with the Labor Department, all right? And if you have left, you cannot collect if you voluntarily have left an employment. Let me just get that right here now, because I know a lot of people, they leave employment and think they can go file for unemployment. No, you cannot. and you won't be able to collect. You can't have committed any wrongdoings, okay? And I'm sorry. And showing up for work, not showing up for work is not a wrongdoing, but it's also not going to get you a chance to be able to receive, depending on if you're in a union, depending on the contract between the union and your employer, then you'd have to look at that first before you make the decision if you're going to file. Because if it says that your absenteeism was more than a certain amount of days within a year, then they're able to fire you. You may not be able to actually get those benefits. But if you really want to know, you can file, go through the appeal process, because that's what happens. Your employer will use that, and you can appeal it. And some people have won against the employer, even though if they have good reasons to be out from work and they have proof, you can win your case. So if you know that you have a chance, always appeal. Okay, so I'm going to move on with that. And so if you're going to file, you're going to go, you file in person, or you can file online. But please make sure that you file in the county, if you're going in person, in the county where you reside, all right? Because that's important. Make sure to answer all the questions, including the withholdings. Wait, let me start over. So sorry about this. Yeah, I'm not doing live today, so I just want to make sure I get everything that I articulated here from what I know. So, okay, you can file in person in the Department of Labor, like I stated, electronically. Electronic online applications are done as well. I know whichever one's easier for you. From anyone I've known, clients, they all do online, electronic application process. And because it's easier, whichever one is easier for you, make sure that you're filing. If you're filing in person, it will be in that county, because that's important. You don't want to go to the wrong place, waste your time, because I don't know, but from experience, there's waiting periods in all these agencies. The courts have it. I'm sure all the other government agencies, you're going to wait. I'm not sure how many people are out of work statistically, but I'm sure that it's like the DMV, where everybody's in need of something, so it's a long wait. And file a week before. What's really important to me is that I've noticed when I told people, when is your last check going to be? They would tell me, I think I have 2 more or 1 more. And I would say file immediately before the ending of your check, so that it's going to be concurrent with your stop of pay, and then your benefits by then should be either approved or denied, and then you're able to just continue concurrently getting your paycheck. You do not want to go where you're missing 2 to 3 weeks of a paycheck, especially when you're paying bills, because that waiting period, not sure if you're going to be denied or not. But usually, if you're not, it will actually be better for you, because you already been fired. And actually, I believe, because I've never filed myself, I believe the day you're fired, you can actually just go online, because they'll hold it that period of time until your last check, because they'll know, or they'll ask you in a questionnaire. So answer those questions accordingly. They're very important that you read each area of that. Make sure it aligns with your pay period, and know your pay period, okay? Because once you're fired, I think you can automatically that week just go. If you're fired or laid off, I should state, you can actually go. Yes, fired is the way to get benefits, but like I said, any wrongdoings, and they have proof of it, your employer can deny you getting those claims, the benefits, period, because they're not going to want to pay them out, all right? Now, the next thing I wanted to say, I did say check your cycles. What's really important about, why is this not? moving today. And then I have messages. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Okay, so basically, the payment you receive, you choose to pay ahead, it will be taken. Okay, so we're going to withholding now. Because once you're filing this application, they're going to ask you withholding taxes. Now, this is very important for you because after your check, your paycheck comes in, your last one, you, as I stated, these questions on that application are going to be required for you to answer accurately so that you know what you're doing. Because when you see something different, once those checks start, you're going to be surprised, and you don't want to be surprised. So when you get that, you can make a choice whether you want to pay ahead of the withholding, which ahead would mean that the paycheck you get will have the withholding taxes taken out already. So let's say they say 500 or 600 a week. Taxes taken out of that will leave you with less than that. So that's up to you. But they will actually configure the earnings from what you have, and it's usually for what you put in, and it's usually half of what you made. So if you're going to have the tax withholded, not withholded, if you have those taxes held, not held, I should say, right, and it comes out your check, then your check is going to show you that it's not going to be the full amount that you were told in the letter that they'll send you for an approval. And if I'm saying it right, because I'm not a tax expert, but if you get the taxes taken out, withholdings taken out, you'll have less of a check. That's true, but you won't have to pay back the IRS later on. So that's really important, okay, for some people. Now, if you feel like, wow, I just need my full check, so I don't want them to withhold it, then you would then know this. Here's a little tip. If you have any credits, and I'm going to name them all because some people don't know about this. I put it in my notes. I know one, but when you make sure you answer all these questions in order to get it right. So, after your final paycheck, okay. All right, so what I wanted to say is when you have this held out, the biggest tip of all is this. If you get head of household payments, head of household credit, I believe, tax credit and child care credit, then you would not need to actually have that withheld, and you can take your full check home, because after filing, those things will actually help you maintain more of your income back at the end of the year instead of withdrawing it now. But it's up to you. So if you have any type of credits, as I stated, your head of household, child care credit, tax credits, any type of credit that you do during your time of filing, then you can actually benefit by taking home the full check, filing afterwards to IRS. They'll know that you are on unemployment, and then they will take their share, but you also have those credits, so it won't be as bad, and then you come home with your full amount instead of the taxes being taken out. Now, if you don't have that, I suggest you do, because you're going to pay back. The IRS will definitely be charging you at the end of the year, and instead of you getting anything, you're going to pay them back for the unemployment. All right? So you don't want to make that mistake. Let me see. I'm sorry, everyone's doing their lawns here. Very manicured area. I didn't want to leave much out, and I'm sorry that I'm going slow, but I want to make sure that you know that once you have those credits that are available to you, it's more likely that unless you want to take those taxes out, head of household, yeah, child care, and taxed earned income credit. That's the name I was looking for. All these tax credits are it can be subtracted, actually, yeah, from your yearly income tax to reduce your overall liability, tax liability to the IRS and on the monies you owe. So therefore, if you can't understand that, like I said, these tax credits help you at the end. Therefore, you are going to say, you know what, I don't want to pay taxes. I don't want to go forward with you taking out the taxes out of my check. I want to receive it, the total amount in my check. I do not want anyone to pay the IRS now. I will pay them later. And if you have the tax credit, you definitely want to pay later, because those tax credits help your tax liability on the taxes and the income, that so that you don't have to pay back as much as other people if they choose to not have it withheld. So if that makes sense, because I'm not an accountant, but I know that there's a very important, look it up for yourself, withholding before you answer that question. All right, because you'll pay it now or you'll pay later, either way. All right, and so after filing that, a decision will be granted or denied for you to receive these unemployment benefits, depending on the employer's participation in unemployment benefits for its employees, and on the if there was any wrongdoing done during the employee's time of employment. Some employers will refuse the benefits anyway, just to give you a hard time. And this is when the Labor Department will come out and say, you know what, we need to verify if this information is true. So they'll ask you different questions and ask for proof. All right, provide whatever they ask you for, because this is your benefits and you want them, right? During the employee's time of employment, right? Okay, some employees, right, we went through that. Okay, here's where you're going to need to go into an appeal. Hold on. Got a moment. So there's an appeal process. So no matter what, they may say to you, if there's a denial, don't worry about the denial, because there's an appeal process in everywhere you go. You can obtain an attorney due to the appeal, or you can do it yourself. It's called pro se. Look that up, because there's Google's out here and dictionaries, law dictionaries. It means that you represent yourself. You're going to do this by yourself so that you don't have to give the monies to an attorney, because this is a basic filing. If you have the actual evidence, then all you need to do is present it. You really don't need an attorney. No offense to the attorneys. I know them at work, and most of them do an okay job. They do charge a lot, and right now you're unemployed, so that's the only reason why I'm saying that, in order to save your money, because you don't even know if you're going to get these benefits. I would suggest that you do it pro se. Also, either way, always appeal decisions in whatever cases you come to a conclusion where you're denied. Never let anyone tell you no, to get an outcome. Because if you don't appeal, you're wasting your time. You want to get an outcome of the decisions. You don't just leave it and say, okay, I lost. No, you have to move further. You have to appeal. And if you don't know how to do that on your own, or you don't have the evidence, then you'll need to hire an attorney or consult with one, so that you can see if you actually have a case for an appeal, or are you just wasting your time. All right, know your rights to appeal the decision, okay, against the agency who made the decision. It might be your employer, or it might be the Labor Department, depending. All right, so you got to read. Once those steps are taken, you'll be notified of a final decision on your case, your appeal. Just like any filing of documents, the courts and all government agencies have their own procedures. We have to address, including the rules, like I stated earlier. So always read information thoroughly before submitting the documents. That's one, in person or online. It's called being thorough, all right? Always proofread before and after signing a document is really important. This way, if you signed it already but you didn't read, you have a chance to change it before you either hand it in or submit it via electronically. And electronic filings are very big now. We have it in the courts, and a lot of people don't know how to do that much. So just if you can't follow the guidelines, call the Labor Department. They're there to help you, just like court personnel. When you're filing electronic filings, they're there to help you. So obviously all these agencies have people that are specifically assigned to help those people. And that doesn't mean giving you advice on what to do. If they can't, but they can do the step-by-step with you either over the phone or in person, where you're actually interacting. Well, this is how the courts do it, on the computer with a clerk or over the phone with someone knowledgeable while you're at home. So these people, normally these agencies, I should say, they must work the same way, where they have the same type of assistance. So don't hesitate to ask questions. All right, filing documents requires lots of patience. So after you file, in most cases, you would most likely have to file an appeal and wait for the decision, which is longer than than its filing date. Okay, so if you don't hear anything, if you hear something after the filing date that is approved, good, you're going to get this right away. They'll give you the sum amount that you're going to get either weekly, bi-weekly. Don't quote me. I'm talking for New York State only, because it works different in other states. And once they give you the amount, weekly amount that you'll be getting, that's after you have told them to either withhold or not withhold your tax. Withholdings, okay? That will be your the amount you're going to get. And after that, I believe, if not, then it's after. But either way, you're going to get the finalized amount, what check is going to come in. Yeah, it is. You'll be given that amount after all the withdrawal and everything. So, no, withholding is initiated by you, what you want to do, and then you'll get that letter. Once you get that letter, that filing date was a week, 2 weeks, then you're on time. If the filing date was a month after you file, you get that retroactive pay. So here goes the appeal. Let's say the appeal is going to take you 30 more days. So whatever date your filing date was, you're going to get a retroactive check of the amount that they stated your benefit is, and you're getting it back to that day. So make sure that you check your documents to make sure that they're giving you the right amount, because you'll already know the calculations on that, because you're going to be actually have had the appeal, the paperwork done. The amount will be given to you. You can go and address that amount and challenge it if the retroactive check doesn't equal it. And don't forget, they will be taking taxes out of that as well. And I don't think that's voluntarily. They just take that, the IRS. So any retroactive checks. And so be prepared to know that don't worry that if you're denied and you file this appeal, that check is dated back to the filing date. And in most agencies, that's how it works that I know of. If the benefit's yours, it's yours. They have to pay you back from the time you lost out because you're out of work or whatever the situation may be. And now they have to recompensate you for your time for the date of filing. So don't forget that wherever you go. But we're talking about unemployment benefits at this time. And thank you for joining me again, Judge Desire for Knowledge. Oh yeah, this camera. I have a good time explaining stuff with you. I might stutter and stuff like that, but it's normal. I'd rather be human than a robot. And I hope this gets to other people and that they get the message and that it helps them, which is most important for me, that it helps someone else. And so you can check me out, like I said, on Legal Matters Monthly at the end of the month if you're interested in that. And then I have Know Your Truth Real Talk, where we talk and discuss topics. You can look in YouTube, hear all the videos I've put out, any one of them that looks like something you'd like to listen to, then you can. I mean, there's very good topics. I have more topics coming up, but I go live every Saturday for Know Your Truth Real Talk um, here at 3 p.m. EST. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, and please like and share and subscribe, and so someone else benefits from the information, because there's a lot of information out here, but you might get something you didn't know on YouTube, and that's why I came out for my personal experiences, work experience, and education. I'm able to do so and grateful to do so for you. So I hope you do continue to watch me out there. If you ever see me out there, because I travel to different states, different countries, when I have the time, just come up and say, hi, Judge Desire for Knowledge. How you doing? And I'll say, hello, how are you? I'm glad you watched my show, because I try to benefit and serve the people. All right? So like I said, let's get back before I get carried away. All right, so the filing process has been done. Like I said, on that filing date is really crucial, that you remember that you're gonna, don't worry, you will get the retroactive check. I'm not sure how long it takes once the decision is made that you won the appeal, but it will pay you back from the date that you actually filed, okay? Which is really important, because now you have to pay bills, rent, mortgages, or whatever the case may be. All right? So like I said, be patient, because filing documents takes time, and based on their rules and how long they have to answer you back, you just got to be patient, especially on appeals. Just remember behind that you are going to win, and if you win, you're getting that paycheck so it can take care of the stuff that you didn't get to take care of while you wait for the appeal. I think you can call it as how long it takes, so I don't want to quote, but the Labor Department must pay you the retroactive, all right, to the filing date, once they figure out the actual payment amount that's due to you based on, your previous earnings. So good luck with that. I'm sure you'll do well. If you follow these steps, these basic steps, I try to be as basic and legalese as I can, because when you make it too hard, sometimes people, and I've seen it in the court as basics, and they still have a hard time, which is understandable. That's why we have to, as workers, have patience with people, not be rude, be understanding. And so I rather come out in this platform, and do what I can to help out in any form or manner, so that you don't have to go through those tedious points. On, if it is tedious, you take the next steps to contact the agency and see what else you can get done for you. I also wanted to add that the Labor Department does have training. I don't know if you want to do it in the meantime, or you just want to relax because now you've lost your position, sorry, or your job. I don't know if it's a good thing for some people, and some people it's not. Most people it's not. So there's trainings, I believe free training, and they also have interviewings. So they'll train you on, from what I heard from people, how to get through an interview. If not, it's the resume if you need help, and then you can learn some training skills. Just find out from your Labor Department what their training is, and if it's free, because most of it is. I'm not sure if they get college credits. You can ask that, CLEs. That's called college learning. I forgot what the last E is for. College learning. It's been a while since I've been out of college. I started right away, so if whatever it is, that if the CLE is attached to it, that's even better. If not, who cares? You're getting training for the next job and position that you want to be best at, to be at your best. Now, if you already have this training, then get on your, get those benefits. I believe the benefits last 1 year, and then if you need an extension, there's a filing application for an extension, I believe. I don't know, ask the Labor Department. And it goes another 6 months, equaling 18 months. By then, they're going to want you to have a job, or you can work on your skills before that time comes up. It's up to you when you want to start doing these trainings, because when the check ends, you're now out on a limb. So you want to already have a backup plan of another employer, or you might want to work for yourself, which is a little harder if you don't have the skills, which is why you take all the free training you can, right? I know I would. So thank you for joining me, Judge Desire for Knowledge, on Legal Matters show today, and I hope to see you next Saturday. Please like, share, and subscribe. I hope to see you next Saturday live at 3 o'clock. If I'm not live, I will put it out on my social medias that I'll be taping, because I have plans. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it live or not. But I'll let you know. It's going to be another interesting topic. So be there or be square. So it was my pleasure, and I'm praying that you have a great weekend. It's beautiful out. Get out in nature and enjoy life. We are here to enjoy what we can, no matter what the circumstances. So hold your head up high. You got this, and good luck. Blessings. Ciao.